Hello and welcome to the New Moon Blooms Flower Club. I'm so happy you're here joining us today, which is the last Thursday in January. I cannot believe we're on week 4 already and all these gorgeous spring blooms. We have a box of joy for sure today, lots of colour and fun within our box. And if it's your first time joining us, welcome, 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 and thank you. We hope you love your flowers. This video is about 10 minutes long. I'm going to show you how to get the most out of your flowers, how to style them in your New Moon Blooms vase. And I'm actually going to chat about, this is our week 2 flower club. Now, there's no heating on in our offices, obviously, because there's nobody here. But look at this gorgeous golden mimosa. And the snapdragon's still giving life because they're nice and cool, a little bit floppy, but still going. And then last week's delphiniums. Delphiniums definitely aren't as good as the snapdragons for last time, but these are a week old and gorgeous eucalyptus. So hang on to the end of the video and I want to talk to you about repurposing some of these flowers. I hate waste and I think these can dry beautifully. The eucalyptus can be dried as well. So hang on to the end of the video and I'll chat to you about that. If it's your first time with the flower club, this is all you need: a vase or jug of water, a nice secateurs or sharp scissors to cut your stems, and pretty much this is your box. What is in the box today? Let me see. I hope your box has all arrived in good condition. If you've any hassles or anything at all, give us a shout and let me know. This is your gorgeous arrangement, your vase. We have some literature inside, and our regulars will know this is a QR code. Scan it and it opens up on your phone, and our little guide to the flower club and a little bit about our growers. 2 sachets of compost or flower food. And I also have a little bin to keep the place tidy. So starting off, we take our flower food. So flower food is used to keep the bacteria out of your stems. It's used to put nutrients into the water to help your flowers last a little longer. 1 sachet is perfect, and that can go into the compost bin. Nice, fresh, clean water, and always a clean vase. Make sure your vase is clean. I remember when I was learning floristry in London, would you drink from a dirty teacup? Absolutely not. Flowers are the same, so it's a good one. You'll see your flowers, it says wakey wakey, during delivery we sleep. So your flowers need to be rehydrated as they've been out of water for the last 24 hours. What do we have? So today we have Irish Grown Foliage. You might have seen this before if you've been in our flower club. Really gorgeous, shiny. This is grown in Wicklow by a really gorgeous Irish grower. We have Ginster, and the smell, the prettiest spring flower. This is only around for a couple of weeks, and I just thought, you know what, we need a little bit of colour. Today is a new moon in Leo, and it's all about new starts and letting things go. So hope you enjoy these flowers. We also have beautiful, beautiful roses. You'll see the guard petals are still on some of your roses, but we'll go through that too. I like to organise myself, foliage, and then our individual stems. So the first thing I'm going to do is condition my flowers. So the Ginster I'll do last, but my roses, your roses will come, they need a little drink, they're nice and soft, they've lots of green guard petals on the outside, and these are grown specifically to protect the inner petals. So really clever, over centuries I suppose that's how roses are grown. And they're called guard petals. So you remove all your guard petals, and that gives the rose the opportunity. I also like to remove all my leaves because we've lots of foliage. You could leave 1 leaf on if you wanted, and again take it off the guard petals. We've had lots of people saying, oh, my roses, sometimes they're a little bit marked, but you know, none of us are perfect. For me, flowers are the same. They will give you just as much life and you'll enjoy them just as much, and once they open fully they will be glorious. And if there is a damaged little petal, we just pop it off, and there's hundreds more inside there. Nice pastels, purples, pinks. There's a variation of colours in the boxes this week. And we went full colour, so some of you might have bright pink, some of you might have yellow, we've lavenders, we've a darker purple. Hope you love them, and they bring some sunshine into your homes. If anybody has any questions, we'd love to hear from you. Send us a DM on Instagram or drop us an email or pick up the phone and give us a buzz, no problem. We love to hear from the Flower Club members with any questions they may have. We've 9 roses in your box today. Your roses aren't super long because the Ginster, it'll be a lower arrangement, so. I'm gonna cut if you have any longer stemmed roses, and just be careful, some of the roses are quite spiky and they've thorns towards the end, so I would just be very careful. You can pop them off gently if you put your thumb, 2 thumbs over them and pop them off. They should come off quite easily for you. And that is our roses prepared. And again, really nice sharp stem. The last thing to do with roses, 45-degree angle. Sorry, I was going along in my flow and didn't say that. So 45-degree angle, so the stem is not sitting flat on the bottom of the vase, and it gives it the opportunity to drink. Now, our gorgeous Ginster. So it's quite tall. I think I'm going to take it down a little bit and cut this bit off. This height is quite good for me. What's really important is that there aren't any of these little fronds or stems below the waterline. So these are gorgeous, as pretty as anything. So I would just cut anything that's going to be under the waterline or in the vase away, but keep them to the side because they'd be perfect for a tiny little vase arrangement. You could pop them in a little glass. Put them on a side table or on your hall table as a little small posy arrangement. Yeah, this looks good to me. And the same again. If they don't have any blooms on them, I'll pop them into the compost bin. And you might get a stem that looks like this and there's kind of a branch off. I will take these as 2 stems and I'm going to cut it. You may not, all stems are individual, so it just depends on what's in your box. And again, a good 45-degree angle cut. And these are all going to be below the waterline, so again, I'm popping them off. Really pretty spring blooms. They're nearly gone, so I couldn't resist. I was chatting to our grower and these will only last another couple of weeks and they're gone, so it's so nice to have them seasonally. Again. And this one here, I'm going to take all these stems off. Make sure I have a nice clean stem and there'll be nothing in the water. If there's something in the water, what tends to happen is they kind of sit together and they stay really damp and moist and they can go moldy. Mold starts to grow, so it's just important to keep them above the waterline. More so than other flowers, I think, because there's hundreds of beautiful petals. The lavender, gorgeous. They're quite easy to strip. I'm going to just take a handful, pop them off. And you've quite a lot of little stems and there's so many things you could do with them. You can make little individual posies. If it was somebody's birthday, you could tie them with a little bit of ribbon. You could pop them in the fridge if you weren't going to use them for a day or two and use them to add on to a little gift for gift wrapping. I'm going to show you how to make them into a little drinking vase, a little tiny posy. And again, nice sharp cut. and everything below the waterline. And then our foliage, gorgeous Irish Grown Foliage. I strip all the leaves below, and I'm going to take it down to probably chest height, you know, this height here, and that'll angle really nicely. We have quite a stem. Pittosporum kind of grows in little low bushes, so sometimes you get stems like this. What I would do with this is I take this stem off, 45-degree angle, and take these stems at the bottom off, below the waterline. I'll end up with two lovely stems like this. And again, any leaves below the waterline I've taken off. This is proper flowering this week. Lots of work to do and enjoy. And this isn't all necessary. This, I suppose, is just how a florist gets flowers to last for a long time, or last longer, to get the most out of them, and I suppose to get the longest lifespan out of them. Again, this gorgeous piece. We have some little bits here. And I'll take this, anything below the waterline, I'm going to cut off. I'm add them into this little recycle pile. There. The shape is quite good. My last piece, which is here, take off. And again, a 45-degree angle. So now we have the foliage ready. I have all my little extra bits of Ginster. I'm going to put them to the side for a moment and we'll come back to those. Our roses, and as usual, I'm going to bring our vase back into the center and build our foliage out. So I always say foliage is like architecture. It's kind of the foundations, the building block for all of your arrangements. So if you get the foliage right, it's easy to arrange the flowers into it. Quite often people will just come along and they'll just drop the flowers into the vase and they'll look, you know, like this, and they'll sit straight up, and you're not really getting the most out of the flowers. So what I like to do is crisscross the stems. So I look at the shape, what way is that going to lie? He's probably going to sit this way in my hand, so I'm going to pop him there, or this stem there. This stem will naturally fall that way. If you hold it in your hand, not too tightly, it'll tell you what way it wants to sit. And it's going out this way, and you can see the stems cross at the front. Now, I'm going to pop this at the front. This is quite a nice piece for the middle, I think. And again, the stems are all crisscrossing, creating a nice base for your foliage to sit into. So you can see that there. It's spread the whole way around. Again, what way will this fall? It's going to fall straight out to the front. So I think I'm going to pop here. And this little piece will go straight into the middle. Gorgeous. So your foliage is all done now. And we're going to make sure it's popped down, not too tall. Again, just chest height. I'm not that tall either. So our Ginster is going in next. It falls. It's not going to sit perfectly for you, but that's the beauty of it. Pop it around the outside. I'm going to bring it and crisscrossing into the foliage. This gorgeous piece is going to fall here. So I think we put that at the back. This beautiful piece I'm going to pop in the front here, hanging low. Gorgeous, nice and tall. Gather it into your leaves in the center, into your branches that are crossing, so it'll hold it and support it going up. Ginster will just move the way it wants to move. You're not really going to be able to position it unless you have a really nice straight piece. It just likes to sit where it likes to sit. I'm going to pop them down here. And that's all my one colour in, all pink. I'm going to add in the lavender next. You see? Some lavender to here. And again, lavender here. Beautiful. Really gorgeous. Our roses are next. So the roses, you're pretty much just going to pop them in. They're not hugely tall roses, which is nice. They're spring rose. So in all your pastel colours. Fab. And again, you can catch the stems all the way down into your foliage. Just the smell from the Ginster is so good. I'm going to pop this rose at the front here and angle him in. Nice lavender roses here, pushing it in the back. Really pretty. Lots and lots of roses today. And if your vase is facing outwards, I always make this and usually take it to my sideboard at home, so it's always facing this way. But if you have a kitchen table, I'd go the whole way around, or if you're flat to the wall, you can dress all the flowers to the front. Let me see, scissors. This is your Ginster and rose. I've taken this piece off and I'm going to pop it back into the middle here, as it was kind of too heavy on the front. And I think I'm going to do the same with this guy. Yeah. And don't be afraid to trim. I always think of flowers like, you know, getting your eyebrows plucked or waxed or shaped, and don't be afraid to position the foliage as you want to. And that is this week's arrangement of Ginster, pastel roses and Irish Pittosporum. I hope you love it. I hope you enjoy the smell. One last thing that we sometimes like to do is to add a ribbon on. I forgot to say as well, all of our packaging is made from recycled cardboard with vegetable inks. So it is compostable and recyclable, and this ribbon is made from recycled plastic bottles. So it's the only thing really that isn't recyclable in our box, but it's really nice to repurpose for adding a little bow to your vase or for gifting. And that's pretty much it for our vase this week. I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Please tag us, newmoonblooms.ie. Send us a photo of your gorgeous work and let us repost it if you don't want to tag us publicly. And if you have any questions at all, flowers, to do with anything at all, please just get in touch. We absolutely love to hear the feedback from our customers, and what they like, what they don't like is really important to us, because we want to make sure that you're getting beautiful flowers each week and stuff. And if you have any suggestions for flowers, send them in. Picking the flowers is great, but I'd love to hear some suggestions. So that's it for this week's arrangements. I'm going to show you how to make little posies, and so if you want to hang on to see that, that would be great. Or a little glass of water just from the kitchen cupboard in work. I've taken our little pieces back. You can add in a little bit of compost food, and I'm going to add some foliage in to make a mini arrangement. So again, take the leaves off below the waterline. This is really nice. This will do a bedside locker, it would do your sideboard, it would do a hall table, and the Ginster. So easy to change the water. I did forget to say change your water every 3 days on your big vase. Good cut. I'm going to pop this guy in. Good sharp cut so it can drink. And I'm going for all my lavender in first. I think there's nearly enough here for 2 arrangements. Add some pink in. There's something so nice about working with flowers when you're at your own leisure time and there's not so much pressure, you can get into that kind of flow state and create and do really pretty things and get in touch with nature and appreciate, I suppose, how bountiful Mother Earth is, and all these gorgeous stems that are grown here for pleasure. Thanks so much for joining us for this week's Flowers and Flower Club Week 4 in 2021. I hope you're all keeping safe. I hope these flowers bring you lots and lots of joy, get you back in touch with nature, and really just add a big dollop of sunshine into your homes. Enjoy the flowers. Again, tag us. We'd love to see your work and your mini arrangements. Get on it. Thanks ever so much. Take care and have a great week.